everybody, and welcome to the Absolute Football Podcast, Absolutely Lower League, the show dedicated to everything from the EFL Championship, League One, and League Two. I mean, there's not much football to talk about tonight due to international duties, but I'm sure with us and our usual chatting, we can prolong it. So it'll probably end up a 3-hour podcast. But of course, I couldn't do it alone. It'd be very, very boring if I was sat here on my own talking EFL football. I've had to bring a rival fan with me. Aaron, I mean, did you watch that back last week when you froze and I was singing, "If you all hate Oldham, freeze"?
I did indeed. I did. And I would just like to address that very quickly because I seen a comment that was like, "Is Aaron okay? Somebody should go and check on Aaron." I'm here. I'm fine. There was just a bit of a power outage towards the end of last episode in my house and it just cut out everything right at the very end. But I am feeling buoyant. I am feeling confident. And as we'll touch upon, we have our first 3 points on the board in the EFL. So I'm a very, very happy man this week. So yeah, let's do it.
Love it. Love it. Andrita, how are you? How's your week been so far as well?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, it's been an all right week. Yeah, happy to talk football. Yeah, not too good from Bradford, but take the positives where I can. But yeah, I'm good.
I love that. Love that. You always see the positives. I'm loving as well your new Instagram with all your work and stuff on there. So it's amazing.
Thank you.
Love it. Rebecca, I feel like we were podding all the time together and we've not done one together for ages. How are you and how's your week been?
I'm very good, thank you. Yeah, it seems to be everything I was doing just came up on a Thursday and I was like, I can't talk EFL, but no, I'm very well, thank you. Hectic week, getting ready for my holidays, so all good and exciting, yeah.
Going anywhere nice?
Going on a cruise.
Oh, lovely. I love it. Anywhere's better than England. Especially the weather today. I don't know if anybody else has had the same, but the weather, thunderstorms, lightning, sunshine, rainbows. The only thing we were missing was snow. I know. It was. And last but not least, I mean, someone who's probably sick of the sight of me at this point. If it's not double podding, it's triple podding with me because of the Women in Football series too. But Ben, how are you and how's your week been since I last saw you and spoke to you?
Oh, I never get fed up of talking with you. I mean, I'm same with everyone else. No, I'm good to be on. It's nice to have a little bit of a change talking old EFL. But my week's been quite good. I'm still buzzing for the fact that I'm going to be commentating for BBC Radio Kent on Saturday in the FA Cup, which is something I could have only dreamt of about a decade ago, really. So, yeah, that's nice. So I'm really looking forward to it. FA Cup hectic weekend, obviously, with the Stones tomorrow. So hopefully it's a good one all round.
I mean, at least you don't have to put up with me on Monday as well, because we do not have a non-league pod on Monday. So at least you get a little break from me.
I'm going to cry.
I know. I'll just WhatsApp you instead. Don't worry. I'll send you a voice note so you know I'm there. I'll do the usual introduction for the Lower League show.
It's muscle memory for me now. It's music to my ears.
Bet you have it as your alarm clock, don't you?
That's my ringtone. Come on now.
Oh, love it. Is that why you get no one to ring you and you still have it on silent, your phone?
No.
But of course, it's not just us. We have some lovely people in the chat. We have Dale. Hi, everyone. Hope you're all well. Very good, thank you. One thing I did want to talk about with you, Dale, I know we've not addressed it yet, but Jack Kingdon going to Cardiff. I love Jack Kingdon. We will get onto it a little bit later, but I'm so buzzing for him. I know I'm probably about 2 weeks late on that one, but I completely forgot about it. Simon has put, hey, everybody. Hello, Simon. Hope you're okay. We've got Paul. He has put evening all. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Sean has put, who's ready for my match report from Saturday? Also, hi, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Is it a positive one? Because you've been Mr. Positive recently, so I really hope it is. We have got as well Danny Talks Leeds. Smash a like and subscribe, please. We've got, there isn't one. Oh, well, can you make one up? Because I Mr. Positive. You've been positive all these weeks. We need a positive report. Good evening, ladies and gents. Hope you're okay, Kyle. Johnny has put, hi, Sha, Aaron, Drita, Rebecca, and Ben. Hope you're all well. Hope you're well as well, Johnny. Spenny fan Chris, good evening all. Hello, Chris. Hope you're okay. Danny has put that it was rain and hailstone in Leeds. Great weather up north. Johnny's put good luck, Ben. Not that you need it, Ben. You'll smash it. Paul has put great news, Ben. Chris has put, wait, I thought your game was on the Friday, Ben.
Yeah, well, it is on the Friday, but this is actually another one. This is Sheffield United versus Chatham Town. So I don't know how I got roped into that one, but I can't multitask on the radio. Jeez, they've asked me to do it a few times, but no, just the socials for me tomorrow.
Lucas put as well, Ori, everyone, 0-0 police is on patrol now tonight. Hope everyone is well. You do love a good 0-0, don't you, Luke? You do love one. And Dylan say, hi, we love Port Vale. I tell you what, though, Dylan, right? To say you love Port Vale, when we did League One and Port Vale lost last week, you was nowhere to be seen. You can't love them that much. You cannot love them that much. Chris has put, oh, sorry, Ben, must have missed that. Apologies. And rain in Ireland as well for Johnny. I think there's just been rain everywhere, to be honest. Right. We will start in League One. Drita, do you want to go first and get it out of the way?
Can do. I don't mind. I don't mind.
Doncaster Rovers 3, Bradford City 1.
Yeah. First defeat. So, you know what? It's fine. It is what it is. Like, I'll be honest, I was a bit nervous going into that game, but I had a gut feeling we could do something because of the recent form. But Donny's that team that's just, they love to beat us. They love it. Obviously, it had to be Billy Sharp for the third goal. Obviously, if you've seen the celebration, I'm not happy with that. Don't get me wrong, I love it. I like that sort of thing, but against us, don't like it. But yeah, former City players, John Gibson scored the second, and obviously Luke Molyneux scored the first. Will Swan scored for us, so delight for him because he actually has been on fire recently, so I'm very, very happy for him. But I'll be honest, after that defeat, I went onto social media and a lot of our fans were like, it's fine. It is what it is. It's one defeat. Like, our form so far has been really, really good. We were unbeaten up until that point. So it is a defeat. It is annoying, but we're not too bothered by it, if that makes sense. Like, it sounds, but we're not bothered showing like the recent form and how we've been playing and like how we've been able to break down teams, especially like in the cup with the championship teams like Blackburn and Stoke. Yes, Luke Molyneux, what a player he is though. Like, I'm very surprised that Donny actually kept him, so fair play to them. But yeah, I'm not too bothered by it. It's a bit of a weird match report from me this week. I'm not too bothered in a sense. Like, I'm not going to dwell on it too much. We've got a massive game on Saturday. It is the derby against Huddersfield. So, yeah, it's a big one. Over, I think, 23,000 tickets have already been sold. We're trying to get a sell-out, so fingers crossed. But I think a lot of our fans are more bothered about this game than Donny game. I think we'd rather just do better, shall I say. I'm not going to jinx anything, but do better against Huddersfield than obviously what we did at Donny. But it's obviously a stepping stone and it's something to build on throughout the season. But yeah.
Love that. I just wanted to address as well, I'm drinking a blue drink. So if I'm drinking and my teeth suddenly go blue, it's a drink, I promise. I'm not ill or anything. Don't worry. I'm not too cold. I've got a jumper on. Just wanted to address that because somebody had noticed in the chat. But just on Bradford as well, Drita, I mean, what a start it's been so far. So I kind of do understand where you and the rest of the Bradford fans are obviously coming from, because I don't think any of you would have ever expected to get off to the start that you have, would you?
No, 100%. Like, if you told us that we'd be in playoffs and first season back in League One, I'd be like, nah, you're lying. Like, I was hoping for like mid-table-ish, because like, especially the run that we've had. Lovely.
Sorry,
it's fine. Especially the run we've had, like the games we've had. We have Wycombe, we've had Luton, we've had Stockport. They're big clubs and very strong teams. So I'm happy with like what's happened so far, and obviously the Donny defeat does put a little dampener, but it's not the end of the world. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know our lads will get back up for it and be like, right, it's fine, it's in the past now, move on type thing. Yeah. But yeah, the form recently has been incredible, and I think our home form will help us out massively. Like last season as well, our away form wasn't that great, so I think a lot of our fans were all right, we're fine with that. But home form has been very good recently and last season, so I think that will help us out massively this season.
Did Andy Cook manage to get on, or was he featuring, or are we just slowly bringing him in
just
now?
Slowly bringing him back,
good.
I think, because obviously we've got some tough games coming up, like I mentioned. Obviously, we've got Huddersfield, we've got Cardiff next week, we've got Newcastle Link Cup, so there's some big games. I think we're just going to like drip feed him in slightly.
Love that. Just wanted to quickly address as well, Aled, thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member. Really appreciate it. And I wonder why Ed Francis, Luke Molyneux, and Owen Bailey are my favourite League One players. Does anybody know why? Give you a hint. Should we all have a little guess? Should we go around the room? Do you know what? We'll do it, but wrong answers only. Aaron, start. Why do wrong answers only?
There might be something to do with longest serving EFL players, I think, right?
Yeah, possibly. Drita, why do you think Luke likes him?
Oh God, good question. I don't know.
Because he can never score and you'll get 0-0.
Maybe. Yeah, 0-0s are always, we'll say that. Why not?
Ben, what about you? How do you think Luke likes him?
Oh, they must have played the Bolton Wanderers, given the colours they put in.
Exactly.
It must be. It can't be any other team. Why would it be any other team than Bolton?
No. What about you, Rebecca?
Well, surely he's met them and they might smell nice, so that's why they're his favourites.
Do you know why I reckon? I reckon he's put the Newcastle colours at the end, hasn't he?
Ooh.
That's my
He loves a bit of Newcastle, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I reckon really it's because of the link to Gateshead. I like this game, to be fair. Wrong answers only. I mean, it's probably a good job Claire isn't on, because she could have come out with something. I wouldn't even like to know what Claire would have thought. But love that. Right. Aaron.
Hello.
Aaron. Standouts on here for you. I'm going to swap me and you, Rebecca, so the comments go over my big head, not you.
I feel like I've got to take my chance at getting back at Claire while she's not here. So I'm gonna focus in on the Plymouth Stockport game, because obviously it's a massive result for Plymouth, and to score 4 goals against a very well drilled, very organised Stockport County side is impressive for anyone. However, I know I think they're only 5 points off the top, and they're only a point off they're only a point off the playoffs. But I've been a little bit underwhelmed by Stockport's start, if I'm being honest. I thought they would have already been well in and amongst it. I know it's again so early, and we banged that drum a lot last week, but I just thought they looked strong for a lot of periods last year, and on paper they only really strengthened this summer. Nathan Lowe on paper, absolute wonderful signing, we all thought, but it seems like it's taken him a little bit longer to get up to speed with this physicality of the lead and the league, and it's just a bit of a surprise for me. I thought they would have been well cemented within them playoff places at the minute, but obviously it's not quite happened. But again, loads of football to play, and big result for Plymouth, as I said.
Can we just talk about Plymouth a little bit as well, because obviously Tom Cleverley is there now, isn't he? And I feel like that's a really good appointment for them. I think he did well, obviously, at Watford. I just think he needed time to settle in. And obviously, I think Tom Cleverley will do a really good job there. I think, obviously, he knows a lot of people. He's got the connections as well. I just wanted to know everyone's thoughts on that. Ben, I'll come to you first. Thoughts on Tom Cleverley. Do you think he'll do a good job at Plymouth?
Yeah, I mean, it always takes time for when a new manager comes in to instill his ideas. Yeah. Like if you're going to play fluent football after 7 games, you've only been at the club only a few months, it just won't happen, really. Obviously, I'm a tad surprised about their start, because I also backed them straight away. Think, they'll get on a good run early on. They'll be in and around that top 3 and everything. But yeah, look, he's still a young manager. He's still learning, sort of on the job, really. But I think that win against Stockport sort of a bit of a statement for him, saying, look, I'm sort of in it now, and like saying, hopefully now they need to get a little bit of a run together, I think, Plymouth, because they've been a bit too inconsistent in the first 7 games. But I like what he did at Watford, and there probably is a lot of pressure on him to get Plymouth back up to the Championship, to be fair. So yeah, he's got that to take on as a young coach, but I have the faith that he'll get them back to where they belong, which is the Championship.
And someone who obviously we're fans of the non-league football, Tolaj getting on the score sheet as well, which is very good because obviously considering it was at Aldershot not that long ago, so it's always nice to see a non-league player, ex-non-league player on the score sheet. So
yeah, definitely. I always take that as well. In fact, look, the players that come from the National League sometimes do make it. It's sometimes a bit difficult for them to make that step up to League One. League Two is not so much because I always find that them 2 divisions are basically the same in my opinion. But League One, like you've got some huge clubs that come down into this level. But I think for Tolaj, I've watched him before at Aldershot. And he is a very talented player and that very physical presence, and that's the thing, and that will give him the world of relief. I think a little bit because it's so easy if you get a bad start at the start of the season, then you could easily go down the pecking order straight away. So the fact that he's sort of in and amongst it now, and he could be a big player for Plymouth this season if he can sort of do it a bit more on a consistent basis now. But no, like you say, I'm always so pleased to see non-league players make that step up to League One.
Who should I come to next? Rebecca, any on here that stand out to you? Or any you want to talk about?
Well, there's 2, purely just because my affiliation with Lincoln has now gone, but I still feel like I have them as an adopted team on the podcast, so I still feel like I need to speak about that one.
That's fine.
But yeah, with Ethan Hamilton going to Dundee now, it's a bit different. But no, I mean, it's been an interesting start for Lincoln. I mean, 2-2 against Wigan, especially when both teams had a player sent off. This weekend seemed to just be the weekend of red cards because Wimbledon had 2 players sent off, I think it were.
They did.
So it's like they enjoyed giving out red cards this weekend, but no. That was a standout for me. And then also Port Vale and Leyton Orient. I mean, the 95th minute winner for Leyton Orient against a struggling Port Vale side so far this season. I know, like we're saying, it's only early, and I will be saying that many times when we get to League Two. But I was expecting Port Vale to go into this one a bit stronger than they have and go into this season a bit. But it could just be like the start of the season blue sort of thing. Just they're settling back into League One football. But no, they were my 2 standouts mainly.
Do you know what? All this, it's early days. I'm loving it. Like, I'm not going to go into it. But it's not early days. I'm loving it. And I hope the season ends right now, to be honest. But no, I completely agree, to be honest. Just before I ask you, Ben, I'm just going to come to Raj's match report because obviously he is a Bradford fan as well. And he has put, obviously, for Doncaster Rovers 3, Bradford City 1. Billy Sharp always scores past us. Is that true, Drita?
Yep, every single time. Yep.
Also, Jordan Gibson does well against us, and our fans wind him up all the time. Then he turns up against us. The racism towards Gibson was a disgrace. Oh, no, I didn't know that happened.
Yeah.
Glad someone got arrested regarding this. Doncaster look a good side. As for Plymouth, Clev's top manager will take time, but he will get it right. Huge game for the Bantams sat. We got Huddersfield Town. 23,500 tickets sold. Wow. Love it. Oh, that's sad about the racism, though. Honestly, nobody should ever be racist. Like, it shouldn't be a thing anymore, and it's disgusting, honestly. Just, it makes me angry. It really, really does. Just quickly going back to the chat as well. Chris, manager news. Ex-EFL manager Phil Brown has taken over at Peterborough Sports after being sacked by Kidderminster at the end of last season. I think he'll do quite a good job there, to be honest. Very experienced manager. But yeah, really, really exciting for them. A lot of home wins apart from Orient, I know. No 0-0s either. That's why Luke's fuming. And Sean put about Northampton. We were meant to play Reading on Saturday, but due to that thing called internationals, our game got postponed. So at least we didn't lose. That is a positive. That is a positive. But Ben, any standouts on here or any you want to mention?
I think, to be fair, because they've had a very tough start, Wycombe Wanderers against Mansfield.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go by last season, that wouldn't have been such a massive result. But I think because of Wycombe's winners, run after the first 6 games, there would have probably been a lot of pressure, I dare say, on Mike Dawes, especially at the expectation of last season where they came ever so close. They really need that. And also against the Mansfield side, they've actually started off relatively well. I mean, sitting comfortably in mid-table, a couple of wins under their belt. But I think Wycombe to get that first win under their belts now, I think it's their first win. It's massive for them. And like I say, I think you see the top sides do tend to sometimes get off to a very slow start, and then they find their way. You get through sort of September, October, get a few wins, chalk off, and then before you know it, it becomes a bit more consistent. I think that's maybe the same with Plymouth as well. But I think Wycombe, just in terms of the context of where they've been in this opening 6 games, that's a big win for them.
One I did want to talk about as well is obviously it seems like a really disappointing result because where Peterborough are in the league. But then when you think about it, and they gave Huddersfield quite a good game, to be honest. So Huddersfield Town 3, Peterborough United 2. I mean, I'm always happy when Cian Hayes gets on the score sheet. I've always said, you play Cian Hayes will score. And finally, they've decided to play him, and he has been scoring. But yeah, it's one of them where I feel like it's very disappointing in the aspect that they have lost 3-2. But to go away to Huddersfield, who are doing relatively well in the league, a very big team, I think you can get some positives out of that. But Aaron, I mean, you had Peterborough to, was it in the playoffs?
I had them, I had them to win the playoffs.
Do you still reckon it's enough time for him to turn it around?
I think I've got more chance of running next year's marathon, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, look, like you say, on the face of it,
Aaron, I love you. You're funny. You do crack me up. Do you know what? That's one thing I love about you. Your banter. Bless you.
On the face of it, like you say, it's not a bad result. Very competitive. But I think we talked about the change, whether there was change needed last week with Fergie in there, and or whether it was like a transfer sort of approach that needed changing. But I just can't see Darren McAntony being the type of chairman he is. I can't see him being happy with putting up with this for too long. So I can really see a manager change there pretty quickly. The one thing I did want to touch upon just in that game specifically is perhaps we've had already, I know we've had a big viral moment from it, but perhaps the miss of the season already in that game from Huddersfield Town's Joe Taylor, obviously against his former club as well. So maybe the pressure got to him. But he, for those that haven't seen it, I shared it on my Instagram. He ran through, he rounded the keeper, and all he had to do was put it in the net. He was like 4 yards out, and he somehow hits the post, and then they missed the rebound. Honestly, it's going to be up there for one of the misses of the season. However, Huddersfield flying, and I think it's we say, don't we, about unproven managers, young managers. Obviously, Lee Grant is in there and doing a really, really good job. Of course, he's got the resource. Of course, Huddersfield are expected to do it, but you still have to follow through and do it. And he's got them playing some really, really nice football as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Just another one I did want to mention, obviously. I did laugh at him last week, and I think I called him Draw FC, didn't I, for Bolton? Obviously, Bolton Wanderers 3, AFC Wimbledon 0. Disappointing from an AFC Wimbledon point of view, especially with 2 send-ins off. I know, obviously, Marcus Brown did get sent off early into the second half, and then it was actually 2 bookings for Joe Lewis. He got his first one in the 74th minute, and then in injury time, it was sent off. It's never the best, especially when you're 3-0 down, to be down to obviously to 9 men. I had to get my maths right then. Not the best at maths.
They're actually looking at the Marcus Brown challenge for a further respective ban. It was that bad of a challenge, by the way.
Wow. I've not actually seen that one, I don't think.
I don't know whether anyone's seen it, but he kind of jumped in on the man at knee height
I think I did see it actually.
Challenge, and it's one of the worst challenges I've seen in a long time. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's an extended retrospective ban on top of that. But like you say, when you lose one man, it's hard. And although they say in football, really, it's harder to play against 10 sometimes than it is 11 in certain situations. However, I think it's a lot easier to play against 9 than 11, isn't it? So that's the balance. So yeah.
Jack's put proper tackle. Sean has put as well, championship news, the EFL are considering expanding the championship playoffs to 6 teams, adding an eliminator round. Oh, interesting.
They just want to be the National League, that's what it is.
I mean, who wouldn't? Best league ever.
I think it works as well. So I've been a big fan of it because it keeps other teams involved. That's the thing, because it always seems to be the same teams that get sort of in the top 6, and it gives something else to sort of get a little bit of hope for. And like I said, because sometimes by the start of April, your season's done for some teams. You think it just keeps it alive slightly. So if they did bring that in, even for League One and League Two, I think that'd be a welcome, welcome value to the divisions. I find.
Does everyone else feel the same? Do you think it could be really good? Because I'm all for it, to be honest.
Yeah, just add something different to it then, doesn't it? So we're not just seeing the same teams all like getting promoted and stuff. It could then add in a bit of a mix to it. So yeah, that'd be an interesting one to see and also see how it works.
I do guess it would depend on where the cut-off point is, because the problem you could have is like with the National League, we've seen it. If it's gonna, I don't think it will, but if it goes down to the second place being in a playoff, you've got the risk of what happened to York last year in the National League happening to a League One and League Two side, and there was. I mean, it was funny as Oldham fan to be on the positive receiving end of that, but there was a lot of outcry for that, and I do think having reflected on it, I do think there is a lot of weight to have amassed 100 points and not gone up. So I'd worry about where the cut-off point was for that extra place, but other than that, I guess it adds a lot of excitement to the football, doesn't it?
Sean has put, as long as they don't bring it into League One with us and Bristol Rovers, yes, I am bitter. Oh, Sean, and you're being so positive. Being so positive. But we will move on now. So the League One table, Cardiff City are top of the table on 16 points. Doncaster Rovers are second on 16 points. Huddersfield Town are third on 15 points. Stevenage are fourth on 15 points. Bradford City are fifth on 14 points. Barnsley are sixth on 13 points. And then in the relegation zone, Burton Albion are 21st on 4 points. Blackpool are 22nd on 4 points. Port Vale, Dylan, where have you gone? Have you gone into hiding again? They are 23rd on 2 points. And Peterborough United are bottom of League One on 1 point with a -10 goal difference. I mean,
can I null and void my playoff prediction now, please?
No.
I'm not doing a forfeit then for being that far wrong. I'm just putting
you are doing a forfeit right now.
Not.
Right now.
Get me wearing a Rochdale shirt.
Nah, to be fair, I think last week made up for it when you froze, and then I was saying, I'll let you off. Just this once. Chris has put both Peterborough teams, United and Sports, at the bottom of their leagues. I know. Not very good. One thing I just wanted to quickly address, because a couple of Cardiff fans have asked me about him, but Jack Kingdon, obviously it was on loan for us last season in the National League. It was a Manchester United academy player. Just wanted to say, obviously, he's very cool and composed on the ball. Very good defender, honestly. You would think he's older than what he actually is. You honestly forget how young he is, and you'd think he'd been playing football for years. But yeah, I think he will fit in Brian Barry Murphy's system really, really well. Plays similar to, I know Cardiff plays similar to how Jim McNulty has Rochdale playing, but just at a better quality. The passing out from the back and stuff, he's very, very good at. So you've got yourself a really, really good defender there. And I know he's only young at the moment. He might not play at the moment in, obviously, the league games, but if you keep giving him a good run, whether it's in the cup games, it will honestly gain confidence, and you've got yourself such a good player. I'm gutted, obviously, we didn't get him, but I just feel like he's far too good for National League. So honestly, very good.
It's obviously different managers at the time, but do you think the Rochdale link might have helped that transfer like happen in a way? Like, do you think maybe Brian Barry Murphy had spoken to McNulty about the player to kind of get an idea of what he was about?
To be honest, I think a lot of it could have come from Kevin Gibbons, who was our assistant manager under Jim McNulty, and he's actually left us this season and gone to Cardiff to become Brian Barry Murphy's. I don't know if it's his, I think Dale could probably tell me, I don't know if it's his assistant or part of a backroom staff. So obviously that's a massive, massive help. But I just think he's the kind of player that really does suit Brian Barry Murphy's style of play and the formation that he wants to play. I'm not necessarily saying he will come straight into the team. Don't get me wrong, because I know that they're flying at the moment, aren't they, Cardiff? But I think if you give him a good run, and obviously if he plays in cup competitions, it can really compete for a first team place. But they have got themselves a really good one. I was actually quite surprised Manchester United let him go, but I think with everything going on at the moment, and maybe he's just not good enough to obviously break into the first team and stuff. So I'm really, really glad that he's got a League One club, because me personally thought he could probably get in the Championship. I know Wrexham were interested in him as well. But yeah, Dale, if you are still watching, you've got yourself a very, very good one there. And if ever you want to put him on loan to a National League club, feel free to bring him back, because what a guy. What a guy. But that was it. Simon has put, how long before Peterborough sack Fergie Jr. and bring... That is just a cycle, isn't it, at this point? I think that's the only thing Peterborough know, bless him. But I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what will happen. I'm hoping they start picking it up, because it's not really nice to see the situation going on. They're a good club, aren't they, Peterborough, to be fair? I know it weren't that long ago. They were in the playoffs. It weren't last season. It was season before, weren't it?
Yeah.
But I feel like they just have been regressing.
Perhaps I'll get Barry Fry back in the dugout. He'll sort it out, won't he?
Yeah. Yeah. Too right. Right. League Two. I mean, Rebecca, Aaron, rock, paper, scissors. Who wants to go first?
Go on. I'll let Rebecca do what she needs to do first.
Oh, yeah. First podcast I'm able to come back on, and it's talking another loss. Yeah, travel to Cheltenham, both teams struggling, thinking, right, it's either going to be 0-0, and it'll be like the most boring match ever, or someone's going to win it on a free kick, and Cheltenham won it on a free kick within I think it was like 1 minute 30 in, and that was the only thing that really happened. It was when we saw the team sheet come out, there were a lot of big names missing from the squad. I mean, Freddie Sass, who has been a standout in our defence, and has also become our long throw specialist, in which I think this lad could throw it from one side of the pitch to the other. It is that far. It's incredible. Mm-hmm. Like, I'd prefer a throw-in over a corner at this point. Like, it's brilliant. It does come to something when all I can talk about is a player doing long throws, but it's fine.
Bless you.
We have brought in Isaac Keith from Everton, so I was very happy with that signing. He has hit the ground running, made his debut against Fleetwood in I'm still going to call it this, the Pizza Trophy. Goal and assist in his first match. You're thinking, right, we're on to something here. Get a bit of something going down the wings, get the delivery and the service into the strikers, and we could be on for first win on Saturday. We did think our first win could have come against Shrewsbury. We had Shrewsbury and then Cheltenham back to back, so it's one of them where you're expecting to at least go into them thinking, right, our first win is coming in one of these. 0-0 with Shrewsbury, 1-0 off Cheltenham. So it's one of them. It's not the greatest. We are sitting bottom of the league. So 92nd out of 92. You'll never sing that is what I have seen quite a few Aki fans tweet at the minute. So making light of the situation, I guess. We had a few chances. Tyler Walton hit the bar, and then there was a few little shots. Well, I think we had one shot on target, and even then I think it was more of a back pass. But it was there, it was on target, we're getting closer. Because I think we've only scored 3 league goals this season. All 3 have come from Tyler Walton. So that's... I'm glad we've been able to keep hold of him anyway in the transfer window especially. We're still missing Sean Morley. He's not made an appearance yet this season. He is back. He is back though. He put on his Instagram story today a photo of his boots. So he is close to being back. In which I think I will cry as soon as he steps on the pitch because we need
what a miss,
Morley back. Massively. Yeah. We've had quite a few players with knocks at the minute. I think Josh Woods has got one, Josh Smith as well, a young centre-back that we've brought up from the academy that has folded. But he's one that we've been able to keep on. So it is one of them where hopefully we do start seeing players come back into the side. And like Farron Rawson, he's a big miss as well, just having him to organise the defence. We need a win. It's as simple as that. We need a win. As soon as we get that, I feel as though it will calm down because it has become a bit, I don't want to say toxic, but we're getting into that level of there is unrest between the fans and the team and the management and all of that. So it is annoying. It's just one of them where I think last season it took us 9 matches to get our first win. So it's one of them. If we can do it before 9 matches, we've had a better start to the season. Is what's been said by the manager apparently. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. We've got Colchester at home on Saturday, 12:30 kickoff. So let's see if that changes anything for us.
Is that on TV?
Yes. Yeah. I want us to start playing all matches on Tuesday is my theory again. Because we went through a whole undefeated period of playing on Tuesdays. It was
Sam won't be happy though.
No, but I need Tuesday night football to come back. Although Fleetwood, you could say counter argument because we were 2-0 up, drew 2-2 and then lost on penalties. But that's more positive than what we're seeing on Saturdays. But hopefully regroup, and we can go again on Saturday and pray and hope that we get a decent result against Colchester. And I feel like even if it's a draw, it's still a point on the board and hopefully, but a win will be great. And then we get the season started and we're off and flying, hopefully get Wally back and the golden boot's his.
I love that. Honestly, though, that is a massive miss for you guys because you think last season and it's just not even just his scoring on the pitch, but just the experience there as well. That's something obviously that any team would really want. But no, I think it'll be fine, Rebecca. Think positive. And especially on a Tuesday, I need you on that Premier League podcast, or I do 94 podcasts a week. So do not, as much as I love Sam, I love Grimmy. I mean, honestly, I need you on that Premier League podcast as well.
It's one I absolutely love it. But if it meant that Aki were winning every week, I would have to apologise and sacrifice it because if we were going on Tuesday form, we could be top. Although we did have Tranmere postponed, so we've got to play them again. So that'll be a Tuesday.
Not Tranmere.
Yes, I'm being haunted by that team again.
Is it at home or away?
It's at home this time, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad. that one got postponed, but no. So that's like another thing of we do have you don't want to be saying this as early, but we have got a game in hand. There are positives starting to show, like we said, Sean Morley, get the experience in, because it's one of them to lose him to injury and also then sell Ben Woods to Peterborough. It's such an unbalanced thing to happen. I feel it's one of them, like, you need Sean Morley to not replace Ben Woods, because that isn't like what I'm saying of that, but it's like, if you to lose one, you at least need the other playing.
Yeah.
So it's like to have that happen, and then, yeah, it's just, hopefully we get the win. Hopefully. I will be watching it on my phone, and if anyone hears me screaming in Southampton, then we know Aki have won.
I just wanted to say as well, because I know on your Her Game 2 socials, there's been a lot of exciting things happening with the ladies' teams. So you just want to give a little bit of like a chat about that, because I was so chuffed when you mentioned it, and I know a lot of people in the chat will probably want to hear about it too.
Yeah, so at the over summer, I took on the role of ambassador. So one of the main things for us was signing on player advocate. So we have one for the men's team being Josh Woods, and then in last week we also announced that we have signed 2 player advocates for the women's team, which is really exciting, and was really happy to get that over the line in it was such a short period of time as well. So it was absolutely amazing. They are both really talented girls, and it is Isabella Dunn and Lily Edmondson, so club captain as well, which is really exciting. So we've got 2 player advocates for the women, and they also were playing at the WAM on Sunday.
Love that.
In the FA Cup, in which we won on penalties and faced Rochdale in the next round.
Oh! Oh, where are they playing it at? Is it at Dale or Accrington?
Dale.
Oh, is it? Oh,
so, yeah.
I might go.
Yeah.
Oh, I might go. Me and you will be fighting, Rebecca. I'm joking. We won't.
Yeah,
We won't.
Very exciting times with Aki and Her Game 2. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, which will be coming out over the season. And yeah, it's really positive and a lot of things to look forward to.
Group trip, Jenna's spot.
Yeah.
And I'm really sorry, Rebecca, but we do have a question in here. I'm just prolonging it so Aaron doesn't have to speak about Oldham. Do you fear relegation might be looming this season, Rebecca?
Well, if we go back to my prediction, I have us in the playoffs, so no.
We're all right.
No, on a serious note, I think, like we keep saying, it's a bit too early to tell. We were in this exact same situation last season, and we did stay up. And it's one of them where we do have points on the board. We've got draws. We've got a bit of positivity coming into the side. I don't want to jinx anything, but it's like I do see us staying up, and as long as things are to change in the next few weeks in terms of like the results, it's one of them where I think a lot of fans could argue like different things need to change, but you stick with the team, you stick with everyone at the club, and it's one of them where we can do it. We did it last season. We can put up a fight against the bigger sides. We can put up a fight against anyone that we need to. Just one of them where as soon as, you don't want to put this pressure on him, but as soon as we have the likes of Sean Morley back, Rawson back, Freddie Sass back, you're looking at the team that started against Gillingham. You're looking at a very positive side that can go out and get results. So I don't think the R word is going to be, we might be down there, we might be in a scrap for it, but I don't think there'd be an R next to our name at end of season.
There you go, Luke.
But please don't clip that if it is to happen.
No, I wouldn't do that. Right, let's go on to the other result. I'm only joking, Aaron. Go on.
So it's the father and son duo that we were all waiting to kind of clicked into place in good time. And we've got the first 3 points of back in the EFL after 4 years. Can't really complain. And what I really sort of enjoyed, because I'm a bit of a geek like this, is it was the most perfect away performance in terms of being gritty and being defensively sound. Cambridge, obviously we talked about Cambridge having a very, very strong start to the season up until that point, and they threw a lot of things at us in the second half, and we just didn't break the wall. They couldn't break us down, and I think I think that's kind of the story of our season so far. Because if you look, we've scored 5 goals, but we've also only conceded 4. So, like, we might not be winning every week, but we're a hard team to score goals past. And I think that's a good basis if you're looking to consolidate and you're looking to, find your way back in the EFL. We're going about it the right way. But look, you can't ask for more, really. 25 minutes, I think it was 23 minutes, 25 minutes into his debut for Oldham. Michael Mellon, the son, obviously, of course, of manager Mickey Mellon, comes up with the only goal of the game. And it was a nice little move, actually, a nice little move down the left-hand side. And it was Luke Hannon backheeling the ball to Robson in the box, our right back, who crossed it low, and Mellon was there to kind of tap it in. And that kind of just set the tone, really. He probably should have had another one 5 minutes before he actually scored. He hit the post with a header. So his movement and sort of the willingness to run off the last shoulder of a defender as well, I think, is something that our strikers have been missing so far this season. So it's really positive to see that. And then, so we kind of, like I said, got into the low block, defended really stoutly, but with maybe 7 minutes to go, we had a glorious chance to double our lead through Kane Drummond. And he was one-on-one with the keeper, and he could have put the ball anywhere. With Kane Drummond's pace, if anyone knows about Kane Drummond, he doesn't have a lot of end product, I think it's for. Yeah. He's very, very young. He's only 22, I think, so there's a lot to come for him. He doesn't have a lot of end product, but what he does is he's one of the quickest players I've seen Oldham have in a long time. He's got electrifying pace. And he broke away. He won the ball in his own half, broke away, and put it straight at the keeper. Literally, with his pace, he could have gone round the keeper and put it into an empty net. But the confidence just isn't there with him yet. But I'm sure if he can get one, hopefully that can give him a bit of confidence eventually. But like I said, the first one is off us now. The curse is off us, and hopefully we can loosen up a little bit, because I've said for weeks now, like the performances haven't reflected the results, really. Like I'll bang on about it just because Claire's not here. We are still third in that magical expected XG table. So we're getting lots of shots away, lots of attacking play away. It's just about trying to find the guy that's going to put the ball in the net, and hopefully Michael Mellon. I was going to say Mickey Mellon can do that. Then Michael Mellon can do that. So yeah, perfect away day performance. Obviously on Saturday we have Bromley, which on the face of it is going to be another tough game, but obviously we're at home. We're expected about 8,500 again at home, and it's a team that we've probably got more experience of playing over the last 5 years than anyone else in this division in terms of both our stints in the National League. So I like to think you know what you're going to get with an Andy Woodman side. I don't. This could be famous last words, but I don't think he's going to pull massive tactical rabbits out the hat. So if we can nullify their very impressive threats, I think we should be okay. But yeah, I'm just happy to get them first 3 points on the board, really.
Boo. I'm joking. I'm not really a hater, everyone in the chat, I promise. I just like winding Aaron up like he does me as well.
It'll be us next. I can feel it. It has to be. You've got yours. We'll be next.
Yeah, I hope so.
We have to, please.
I know. It's going to happen, Rebecca. Manifest it.
You'll get another voice note in the group chat like when Ryan scored.
Oh, no. That was funny. Right. The other results, Ben, I'll come to you first. Any on here that stand out to you?
I think for Shrewsbury, I think they needed a win at Barnet, to be honest. They, especially coming down, a bit like what we were talking about with Plymouth, I think you're sliding down a division, you're sort of expected to get some, early momentum and get back up there. And obviously it hasn't happened for Shrewsbury yet. But that's a big win against a Barnet side, to be fair, that sort of revived themselves after a really poor start. They've managed to get a couple wins under their belt, and it's always been the Hive is so hard to go to. I think they play some attractive football, Barnet, from whenever I've seen them play, and also good for, well, obviously from a Stones perspective, Bradley Ahivian, to get a goal for Shrewsbury since his move from Peterborough. I think League Two's maybe more his natural level. I think, to be fair, he had a good time with Colchester as well. So I think to have him amongst their ranks now might be big for them, and if we're going to have at least a half decent season. But yeah, I think, to be fair, Shrewsbury were desperate for that 3 points. And Barnet, again, they've got to try and pick themselves up. They've been a little bit inconsistent at this time of the season. But to be fair, after winning the league, this is probably whereabouts they probably expected to be. But I guess Dean Brennan would probably think different than otherwise. But no, that's a really good away trip, and good trip back for those Shrewsbury supporters.
I actually had Barnet as my surprise package this season. I think I had them. I don't know if I had them for playoffs, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, he can turn things around. But yeah, I had like faith in Barnet, so I'm hoping to do all right. But Drita, any on here that stand out to you?
I'd probably say MK Dons and Grimsby.
Yes, a lot of people in the chat are the same as well.
Yeah, I think that's a huge win for Grimsby. Obviously, MK Dons, we all kind of thought they'd walk the league by now, but yeah, it's a fantastic win for Grimsby. Obviously, I'm gonna back Grimsby as much as I can because I see Jamie Walker's now there. He's injured at the minute, which is a shame, but yeah, I'm delighted for them. Obviously, Charles Burnham used to play for us as well. He's doing really well there, so yeah, cracking win for them.
I was just looking then at the Grimsby score, and they were actually 3-0 up, weren't they, in the first half an hour? MK Dons actually had a man sent off in the 36th minute, and then obviously made the comeback. I know one was an own goal. George McEachran got the own goal, but very, very good win for them. Going down, Newport County. Do you reckon, Kieran? Do you reckon you are? Central Diaz foot as well. Massive win for Grimsby, but my local MK will return back towards the top soon. I mean, let me just, because
nice.
I know, considering the money they've spent and the players, and I know we keep saying it is early days, but considering the players they've bought and stuff, it's not quite going to plan the start of the season, really, is it?
No. And I said this in the preview. I think it was always going to take because I think they've had a lot of different styles at MK Dons over the last 3 appointments. So it's always going to take time for a pole one team to look like a pole one team, no matter who you bring in. And I think that is kind of what we're seeing here a little bit. Obviously, they've got the players that will probably carry them towards the back end of the division. They've got lots of experience and they've got lots of firepower. So I don't think I can't see them not being in and amongst the race, but I just think it's a bit of it's kind of like a bit of a surprise, but then it's probably a surprise to MK Dons fans in terms of it's not a surprise to us because we know how competitive this division is. You can spend money, you still have to work hard and have to graft away, and I just don't think that's been happening for them at the minute. But just before we move on, if I can share just one result I wanted to just touch upon very, very quickly is Salford 3, Tranmere 1.
You're not allowed, Aaron.
Why?
Joking.
Oh, I thought you were being serious then. Because to balance it out with my Peterborough shout, my shout for Salford to win the playoffs is looking a little bit more realistic at the minute than my Peterborough shout. Obviously, they're only outside on goal difference at the minute, but I think things are starting to slowly tick now for Kyle Robinson and his Salford City side.
Yeah.
And, Tranmere have kind of, what would the word be? I kind of expect a lot more from Tranmere this year, and I think we've seen it in sparks so far this year. So I think that's a really, really good result myself.
There's just a lot of talk in the chat with Kieran, obviously, but Newport County 2, Bristol Rovers 3 result. Carlos put Bristol Rovers need to take those relegation spots. They're going the wrong way. I think Bristol Rovers, League 2 is like the level, because when they go to League 1, they do struggle, don't they? I think there's a lot of those teams, obviously, in this division. There's a lot of teams in the Championship who do the same with the Premier League. So I think Bristol Rovers will do all right. And Darryl Clark, I love Darryl Clark so much. I'm glad he's doing well because great manager, but what a lovely guy as well. And he's been through some crap recently. So very, very good. Luke, sad day for the 0-0 family tonight. I know you're not getting any 0-0s at the minute, are you, Luke? I mean, everyone's scoring goals.
All of the comments saying like, in terms of like Bristol or Newport going down. If anyone would like to take the relegation spot off us, feel free. You can have
it. Rebecca, any other on here that stand out to you or any you want to talk about?
I mean, looking where I have to at this time of the season, I mean, incredible result for, why is the name just gone out of my head? Shrewsbury, that was it. I've had a big mind blank then. Yeah, Shrewsbury. That's it was needed for them. I mean, we drew 0-0 with them and it wasn't the nicest performance from either team. So it is one of them for them to get a win against Bourne. It is very strong for them. It was one of them. I mean, I've already mentioned it, but Cheltenham and us, it was huge for Cheltenham. And the display that their fans put on in terms of like, I can't remember the name of who they're wanting out, but the chants and like everything that they were doing in the home end, it was one of them where they've got a point to prove, and it was just one of them. Neither team were great, but fair play to them. Tranmere, another one. Big win for Salford, but I feel like Tranmere is one that they're quite hit and miss at the minute, and I was hoping Charlie Whittaker would start a bit better with them. He was a very talented one for Notts County last season, again, and one that I know from Everton, but hopefully he can get a few more minutes coming in, and then that will be them up and running, I think. But yeah, it's been a weekend of quite interesting results, I'd have to say. And of course, Bristol, huge result for them against Newport, and it was a big 3 points, but it was quite a decent comeback from Newport in terms of like they could well have done it, but well done to Bristol.
One game I did want to mention is the bottom one. So obviously Bromley 2, Gillingham 2. Bromley did go 2-0 up within 12 minutes. But then obviously we were talking about Gareth Ainsworth and his men, unbeaten. I know they've been on an unbeaten streak, but very, very good comeback from them. I know obviously, Ben, you won't be happy with that.
And also for the fact and also for the fact it was never a penalty, by the way, for their equaliser. No. If anything, it's a foul on the goalkeeper because he kicks him. So I know Andy Woodman wasn't happy about that one at all. He said he spoke to a number of people in the game, and they're all texting saying like, "You've been absolutely done there." So a little bit, but when you're at the top end of the table, like I guess like Gills Arth, then you get that luck going for you a little bit. But still, regardless, I think Bromley would have probably taken a point. But when you're 2-0 up for a long period of the game, you'd expect to come away with 3 points, especially at home. So I think they'll be seen as a missed opportunity.
I guess you could say at least both teams remain unbeaten.
True.
Which is the good thing, obviously. Like you were saying, Ben, I don't think I've ever seen Andy Woodman that angry before. He's normally quite composed and collected with his thoughts, and you could see on the sideline at full time he was raging. Obviously it was Rochdale defender, wasn't it, Max Clark, with the penalty as well, I believe.
It was.
So good game, very good game.
Just quickly as well, wanted to address, I don't know if anybody else saw this, but he's looking really well, to be fair, Steve Evans. He's lost 6.5 stone, but don't know if anybody saw his interview as well, and he basically said, like, he needed to do it and stuff, and fair play to him. Like, honestly, because I know there's been times where people have obviously mocked him in the past, but you've got to have some strength to stick at it. So fair play to him. Massive respect, obviously, to Steve Evans for that. But one team we have not mentioned yet. One team, Uncle Nick Swindon, keep going. I mean, Swindon Town this season so far under Ian Holloway, what are we making of them? Ben, I'm going to actually come to you on this one. They're doing well, aren't they?
They are. I think when you look at the comparison, I think this time last season where they were, heading towards the bottom of the league, and I remember Uncle Nick being on there with us, and he said he fully expects Swindon to be playing National League football for this season. And what the job that Ian Holloway has done there, to turn it around, not only get him securely safe in League Two, but maybe if he had another month, he might have got them pushing toward those playoff places. And the fact, what I'm pleased about is the fact they have carried on that. They've not just sat on their laurels and think like, oh, that's it. Now we've done the job. Let's take a little bit of a step back. They said, no, look, let's build on that. Let's get Swindon back to where they are, because for me, they are a bigger club for me than maybe people give them credit for. I think they should be at least a League One side, and obviously they've been through absolute turmoil there in the last couple of years. But I'm really pleased to say that it's now going in the right direction for them, and it'll get the fans flocking back in, and that's what the thing. There's nothing better than seeing your team doing well. And the fact that they're sitting second, I don't think their fans could have imagined that if you'd asked them this time last year where they'd be.
What's anybody else's thoughts on Swindon? Doing well, aren't they, so far this season?
Yeah, but also I don't think it's it is a surprise compared to where they were last year, of course, like Ben just said. However, with somebody that's got the experience and the pedigree of Ian Holloway, it's kind of, it's kind of what he does. Do you know what I mean? He's been around the game long enough to know it. I mean, I love his weekly interviews at the minute, because he always seems to be. It's strange when he doesn't seem to have the best relationship with the Swindon fans. I think that's probably the fair thing what I've seen from interviews. But I like his honesty, and I just think he is one of the kind of traditional sort of managers left in the game that kind of just can't hide emotions very well and just says it kind of how it is. And I think the game misses that sometimes. So I think it's hardly a surprise when you've got the CV and the pedigree that Ian Holloway has. But compared to where they were last season, I agree with Ben. Yeah.
Any other results on here that anybody else wants to give a mention to? I mean, a very good win for Crawley away at Harrogate. I know Notts County won, Fleetwood Town 0, and obviously Walsall won, Chesterfield 0. Anybody else want to speak about any of them? No?
I think we should all just sit here on this page for just a tad bit longer, though, because I don't want to see the next one.
You can cover your eyes if you want, Rebecca.
I might just flip my computer upside down, then we're at top.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know if I can...
It seemed to be a weekend as well where a lot of teams seem to be getting, like, say, that first win. So obviously we're hoping Rebecca that obviously that Aki are next. Because obviously I think another one obviously we probably haven't mentioned is actually Crawley. Again, beating Harrogate, get their first win on the board. Again, another side that really needed it. Because obviously a lot of people have probably tipped him to go down this year, and recruitment again, maybe not the best in their opinion if they're looking to really push on, especially after, what's been a particularly good couple of years, obviously, where they're really built and, maybe a bit unfortunate towards the end and not to stay in League One. But like that's the thing. The one thing they don't want is to do what the likes of, of Leighton Orient, your Tranmere's, Oldham, they've all slipped down to the National League after relegation. So they need to make sure that they sort of continue that. But again, against a Harrogate side that, again, been a bit inconsistent themselves. But if you're gonna stay in the division like Crawley need to, they need to be getting results there, and so that's a big win for them.
That comment doesn't hurt me as much anymore, Ben, as it would have done a year ago, to be honest.
Can I just mention one thing? This genuinely isn't me just prolonging the next bit. It is like
whatever.
One thing that I know has affected Aki fans this week is, and I am absolutely thrilled for Jen, it is going in a bit nationally. Morecambe have signed Jack Nolan. He was a free agent from Gillingham. There is a bit of on social media of like we were really hoping that he'd come back, because it's one of them. I think we all know Jack Nolan is an Aki lad through and through, but it just wasn't to be. So that is quite heartbreaking for us, because we do feel as though adding someone in like Jack Nolan could have been massive. But yeah, incredible signing for Morecambe, especially with he just needs the team around him, and to have such a positive environment like Morecambe at the minute with the togetherness of the club and just everything that's like happened and like bouncing back from that now, it is such a good one for him. And yeah, thrill for him, but a bit bitter that he's not in an Aki shirt. But yeah, that's my last thing.
Do you know what, though? Part of me wishes that we played Morecambe slightly earlier, because you can kind of see, I know it's on non-league now, but you can see them getting better and better each game. You can see the kind of football that they do want to play, and it's going to click at some point, and it really scares me, because I'm like, I hope it's not against us. Sorry, Jen. I really do want you to win, but I'm just hoping and praying but it's not against us. Like, it really does like massively click. But no, as soon as I saw that, I thought that's the kind of player Morecambe need, that experience, and I think he will thrive, to be fair, in the National League. I really, really do. Right, I'm sorry, Rebecca. You can turn around if you like for this bit. Are you ready? So it's not really good for Ben either, who's top of the league.
Oh, I don't like this.
This is like the worst table ever.
Can you switch the table round, like, to make it look upside down? That would look better for me.
Yes. I don't think I actually can. I don't think I can or I would. Next time, I promise I will. So, top of the table, we have Gillingham on 15 points. Swindon Town a second, also on 15 points. Walsall a third, also on 15 points. Grimsby Town a fourth on 14 points. Bromley a fifth on 13 points. Crewe Alexandra a sixth on 13 points. And Chesterfield a seventh on 13 points. And then bottom of League Two, we have 23rd Cheltenham Town on 4 points and Accrington Stanley at 24th, bottom of the table on 3 points. But if everybody turns their table upside down, that is the real version. Mine's the wrong way round. I've messed up my graphics again.
I mean, I think the only thing we can take from it is at the minute the only way is up for Accrington, because we can't go any lower down in the league. Like, we're building up. We're gonna get there. Don't know when. It will come on Saturday. If we all hope, we all hope and pray and whatever, it will happen. Even if it can come off a player's ass for all I care. Like, I don't care how we score the goal. I don't care how we get the win, but it will happen.
That was like me this weekend.
Claire says only 6 games in. Mum's too early. But it's not mum's too early, Claire. It is mum's too early. That's what worries me. And Jim McNulty and Manny D, one player and manager of the mum. So Truro,
the curse is real.
Truro are beating us. Beating us. Central D, Aki, who are they? Aki have more history than MK. Hopefully it won't happen. I mean, it'll be do you know what? It'll be absolutely devastating, because then on the bounce, it's literally me, Jen, and you. It's like, at this point, do we just end the podcast because it's depressing? It's been a curse.
It ain't happening. We'll get the win. We'll because it's like we keep saying last season, especially. Any team, you get one win, you can go on a run of like 8 matches unbeaten.
Yeah.
It's one of them where it's like, I get where Chloe's saying, like, we are only 6 matches in. It is a bit early to talk. But especially off last season, you're always going to have that thought in the back of your mind. And with how long it took us last season to get the win, it's always there. But like, we could then go on a positive run like a lot of teams have. So you've got to keep faith. You've got to back your team, and it will happen at some point.
I think as well with League Two, it's from what I've noticed so far, it's quite similar to the National League in the sense of it feels like anyone can beat anyone on the week. You know what I mean? Obviously, the team's doing really well at Gillingham, but like they only just survived their unbeaten record this weekend. You know what I mean? It could have gone for them. So like, if you're seeing positives in the player, there's lots to hold on to there, and I think it's going to happen. So everything crossed for you, Rebecca. Yeah.
When did you play Oldham?
Yeah, please don't beat us again.
Please do.
We've already beaten them once. I think it's like 12:30 kickoff at some point.
It's next. Is it this month or next? Is next month? Next month?
I think it's sometime October.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna come back down, I think, or back up, I should say.
I think our next 3 are Colchester, MK Dons, and Walsall. Yeah. Hopefully, there's 3 voice notes pending of happiness.
You'll get there. It'll happen. It'll happen when you least expect it.
Yeah.
Colchester have really surprised me for the wrong reason so far this season, if I'm being honest. Again, I expected a lot more of them. I don't know whether it's just the reputation of the managers and the Cowleys and whatever comes with that, but I think they've got a lot more talent on the pitch and on the squad than they're currently showing, and that is a worry to me. That is quite a big worry. So yeah.
All you need, Rebecca, is Aaron to back you for playoffs, and then Aaron to back you for relegation, and you'll get playoffs.
Yeah.
Did anyone have Accrington to go down? I don't think I did.
I
can't remember. Did I have? I think I had Cheltenham and Harrogate. I think a lot of people had Harrogate, didn't they, to go down?
I had Newport and Cheltenham.
Might have been Newport,
I think we all had Newport.
Oh yeah, we all did. I remember now. Awkward. Awkward. It's like that Homer Simpson gif where he's like,
we're going into the bush.
Oh man. Oh no, honestly. Right, I'm going to, before I dig my hole any deeper, as I was saying before, myself and Ben and the non-league team did it on Monday. I would love for everybody in the chat to get involved as well, but we actually spoke about it. All came from Chris actually in the chat. We were talking about Spennymoor and Glenn Taylor is obviously someone. As soon as you hear Spennymoor, you associate Glenn Taylor with them, obviously with Rochdale, Ian Henderson. So I just want to come to you guys and just say, when you think of your club, who do you associate with them? Like, it could be an ex-manager, it could be something random like the mascot. If you've got like a really good, like, iconic mascot, it could be a player, it could be an ex-player. But when you obviously think of your club, who would that be? So everyone in the chat, please get involved as well. Oh, who do I come to first? Ben, I tell you what, put one of them under pressure. Pick one of them to go first.
Oh,
go on, Ben. Me and you.
Under pressure in this one.
I knew it. I'm gonna say player/manager Stuart McCall, because he was a player, then obviously a couple of times manager. I think when you say like mascot, obviously Billy Bantam, I think he's very iconic. Everyone knows who Billy Bantam is. Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah, Stuart McCall. Or James Hansen maybe as a player, I think, because of what he did during the cup run in 2013. He's a local lad and everything. I think, yeah, them two, definitely.
Love that. Go on, Ben. Put another one under pressure. I feel like me and you make a good team with the evil, like, people sat on our chairs like, wahaha.
You were going to give the least amount of time to. I'll get to Rebecca next.
For me, it's like in terms of player, there's quite a few, but you've got like Sean McConville. I feel like he was like one of our longest standing players. Then you've also got like Billy Key as well. He was like a big name. There's quite a few. But yeah, it's like, I mean, I could rhyme off like Wally and Keneally as well. It's one of them. We've actually, there's a lot that can be standouts. Mascot, I'm quite scared of my mascots. I don't really. It's just this big dog. So that's like, we've got a new one though. We've got 2 mascots now.
I can imagine you hiding when it comes out.
Yeah. They're the main ones. I mean, but it's one name that stands out for me that got you lot knowing about Aki, Seb Quirk. So
yeah, that's true.
technically we could
He's
also
our
use-
icon.
He's now at Sligo.
Go on, Aaron.
I think for me, it has to be John Sheridan. Just
I was
purely
going to
because,
say he's literally who I would say for you guys.
just because I think his time as manager at Athletics eclipses any like relationship I've ever had. Like that's how long he's been manager at the football club over various periods. Yeah, I think you just think of like rescue acts and like, you know, clubs that like he always said if Oldham were ever in trouble, he'd come and work for free. And like, you know, under Abdallah in the last couple of months, I wouldn't be surprised if that was happening before the takeover went through. And yeah, just I think he just bleeds Oldham really. But obviously a couple more historic ones. You've obviously got Joe Royal for the Pinsman years in the Premier League. And then I think like Dreety was saying with Billy Bantam, I think everyone kind of knows Chaddy the Owl as well. You know, that's quite a big staple of our football club. But yeah, I'd have to say Shez, I think.
I've got another one now, right? So if all of our mascots had like a wrestling match, like a full-on brawl, who do you think would win? So this is how my mind works. I do apologise, everyone. I don't condone.
You can tell we've got past all the football.
See, I have a question in this. Are both Aki ones included? Because we've got Wayne Stanley and then we've also got Junior, who is meant to be like a younger one of the Wayne Stanley, but Junior is actually taller than Wayne Stanley, so it doesn't make much sense. But we have two, so do they like tag team it?
By the way, everyone, I do not condone any mascots fighting, by the way. Just before you answer this question, I want you all to have a good think, and I will come to you. And you do have to, I will, just bear with me. I've got something funny. So Sean has put Super Sammy H. Yeah, we said that the other day. What an icon for obviously Northampton. Simon has put Jimmy Hale, obviously, for Coventry. So, do you know what? This is going to be a really, really good segment now because our Clarence the Dragon is brilliant. Mascot races are the funniest thing ever. Well, we're going all WWE. So,
Royal Rumbles now.
Do you know what, Rebecca? I want you to introduce your mascots and what song would they come out to? Like it has to be like an actual song, you know, from the charts or say like an old song. It can't be a football one. It has to be like a proper like song.
Right. I mean, both of them are dogs. So we've got Wayne Stanley and Junior. Yeah, who let the dogs out as he walked in.
I mean, I think we need to make this happen. Honestly, if Sammy's watching, we need to make some sort of graphic video. Like, get everyone to vote. This is how my brain works.
Get AI to make a wrestling mascot video.
Oh my God.
So, Aaron, you're next.
So
Tell everyone your mascot and what song your mascot.
Okay, so for Chaddy the Owl, I'm gonna pick something like Vindaloo by Fat Les, just because, right? And I have a very strange association with Chaddy the Owl in the sense of that he was my youth worker. So the guy that does Chaddy the Owl was my youth worker. Huh? What did you say? I missed that. What did you say?
You meant the actual owl and the costume. I was like, shit.
No.
It didn't actually click my head, honestly.
No, the guy, I'd like to preface, the guy in the costume was my youth worker. So I've heard a lot of stories. Like I've seen a video of him basically ripping Moonhead, you know, the Manchester City mascot.
Yeah.
He ripped his head off in front of the main road crowd when Oldham played Manchester City in 2001. So he's an absolute animal. He's also been in hospital in Carlisle because he was on a unicycle drunk and fell off the unicycle and did his knee in. So he's a bit of a psychopath. He's our mascot. So I'd have to back him in a wrestling match, definitely.
Treaty.
Oh God. So I was Billy Bantam. I don't know for a song because when you said no football, I was going to say Take Me Home, but we do it Midland Roads, so I say Country Roads, just like tweak it slightly because that's the only song I can think of. But what would you put with a chicken? I have no idea. Well, Bantam, chicken, whatever you want to call it.
I think it'd be well funny coming out to Rocky theme tune.
No, it's definitely got to be Birdie song, hasn't it?
Yes, that's a good shout. That's a good shout. What about you, Ben?
Well, we have got a mascot bank. We're probably one of the very few clubs in our league that's got one. Iggy the Dinosaur. It has. I think only because I remember when I first used to support Maidstone, he used to dance to. It's called "Walk the Dinosaur" by Was, not Was. Honestly, that song. I think he has to come up to that. Bring back the old classic because it doesn't happen anymore. It's honestly, if you haven't listened to it before, it's a classic.
Let's
eat you alive.
Alan has put Rex the Dragon. Simon has put Sky Blue Sam would win any fight because he's an elephant. Good shout.
Yeah, but then surely what would happen is if we had a big animal like that, all the other mascots would just gang up on him and try and get him out first, right? That's
like a Royal Rumble where they all gang up on him and throw him out the ring.
Yeah, that's got to be the game plan, right?
Yes. Do you know what I used to do when I was playing on the wrestling game when I was younger? I used to be such a cheat. I'd sit on the top rope and let them all battle it out, and then when it got down to like the final 2 or 3, I'd start getting in the ring and start wrestling. I'd be someone really big, like the Undertaker or something as well. I'm such a little cheat. Yeah, I think with us, we'd have to have Imagine Dragons, wouldn't we? Because Desmond is a dragon, but it doesn't actually look like a dragon. It looks more like...
He is the least threatening dragon I've ever seen in my life. He's got the nicest smile I've ever seen.
We don't want to scare the kids, Aaron. We want to bring people in. We need the crowds. We don't want to be putting a scary dragon up against all the kids. But then again, I guess it was
position, though, yeah. You want to put fear into the opposition. Just make it stand outside the away changing room, and then they'll know they're in for a game.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Do you know what? I'm at the CAB meeting on Monday. I'll put that forward.
Are you volunteering to be the mascot then, are you?
No. I'm scary anyway. I'll scare them all. I genuinely think this needs to happen. Like a mascot Royal Rumble from the Absolute Football Podcast. I mean,
oh my God.
We should all ask if we can borrow the costumes and dress up in the costumes.
Whoa. Let's not call a spade here. I'm a massive disadvantage here, right? Shaddy the Owl can't come looking like he's just been in a car accident. You know, what do you want him to do? What's the backstory behind that?
We'll let you come in when there's only 2 of us.
Yeah, I'll just be sat on the top row. Oh, I love this podcast.
Oh my God.
The last 20 minutes of a podcast, it just descends into absolute chaos.
Exactly. I mean, we needed something to talk about. Why talk about football and the games from the weekend or previewing this weekend when we can talk about mascots wrestling?
Do you remember the mascot grand? What was it? The Grand Nationals that they used to do.
Yeah, the race that they used to do.
Yeah, Chaddy's won a few of them. To be fair, in his time.
You've really just killed me off, Aaron.
I'm all about DEI. You know, it's all got to be inclusive. Like, I need some. If I'm going to join the Royal Rumble, I need some sort of advantage. I can join it in my chair. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, you can join it in your chair. That's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. By the way, everybody, we do not condone this. Do not try at home, as they say on WWE. And do not be dressing up as a mascot and fighting anybody, please.
We are not professionally trained athletes.
We are not.
There'll be the highest report of mascot assaults at the weekend.
No, because of me.
Oh my god.
Oh, where did you get this idea from? The last 20 minutes of the Absolute Football Podcast.
And by the way, DAZN, if you are watching this, don't nick our idea, because if you do compensation, you've sponsored Absolute Football Podcast is sponsoring the rest of them, not having it.
Copyrighted it.
Right, this right now, like the time and the location of when this happened.
Sam, get a note of the time. Get Sam to clip it.
Yes, let's timestamp it. Let's timestamp it.
You know what's funny? Yeah, I've got some family and friends tuning in for the first time to watch me live tonight, and they must be thinking, I thought this was a football podcast. What is going on? So, to everyone in the chat that's watching me, welcome to my mentally dysfunctional Absolute Football Podcast family.
You apologise, it's all on me. Oh man. And on that note, I think we should, because I don't want to be influencing anybody to obviously do this sort of thing at home. So
we'll see it all on TikTok tomorrow. Hashtag mascot Royal Rumble.
Northwest tonight. Rebecca, please save me. Where can everybody find you? Please save me.
Hopefully very happy at what time would it, like 2:30 on Saturday. You can find my personal Twitter and TikTok, which is _Rebecca_sharp_. You can find all of my Her Game 2 content at ASFC Her Game 2, where there will be a lot of things upcoming during the season, and yeah, it's really exciting. And you can also find me with the amazing Jen, covering all things F1 with Girls in the Grandstand.
Love that. Aaron, before I come to you, Sean thinks you're going to be doing a Nikki Bella when Aaron Bree first came on the scene. Our mascot will come out to... Oh, no, that's a wrong comment. That was Simon's. Aaron just hiding under the ring and then comes out and wins it.
When the bells hit like the Undertaker.
Where can everybody find you?
So
don't be practicing for this Royal Rumble now.
Let's try and do this without my power cutting out this week. So I'll do this pretty quick. My X account is Aaron Diskin1 on X, and also my bespoke disability liaison officer account for Oldham Athletic is OAFC DLO on X as well. Wow.
Trinity, where can everybody find you?
You can find my personal Her Game 2 stuff at GT_HGT. That's on Twitter. And then the Her Game 2 Bradford City stuff is HGT_BCAFC. That's on Twitter and Instagram. We do have a few things coming out, just waiting for them to be approved. But yeah, stay tuned for that.
Just want to say thank you as well to Kieran, who has kindly donated something. So thank you so much for that. But you're not going to beat us at it, by the way. Don't be thinking giving us this tip will make you like go far in this Royal Rumble, Kieran. We get aggressive, especially Aaron. A great pod yet again, Aladdin's But Ben, thank you so much for coming on here and double podding with me this week. Where can everybody find you?
Karate chopping Iggy the dinosaur, put it that way. If you do want to find me, it's Ben Snow's FC1 on Twitter. I'll keep it nice and sweet for you all.
And I don't know if anybody will want to follow me if you're tuning in for the first time tonight. But if you do, then you can find me at SharXREFC. That is on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. I am having a little bit of a Twitter break at the minute because I know there's not been a lot of nice things happening at the moment this week on Twitter, and I just wanted a little bit of a break from it all because it's not nice to see some of it. But my Her Game 2 stuff is Rochdale HGT on all of those socials as well. And the day away, we will be recording the next episode next Wednesday. It will be out the following Friday, talking about all things Rochdale. So if you do want to listen to it, please do. We really appreciate it. But the main ones, which I haven't got my graphic up because I've been too invested in Royal Rumbles and mascots. We are the Absolute Football Podcast, and we did win Best New Content Creator at the Football Content Awards. As I say every time, I'm milking it until November. When it happens, we are the best new content creator until then. But on Twitter, we are Absolute Ball Pod, YouTube and Twitch, Absolute Football Podcast, TikTok, Absolute Football Pod, Instagram, Absolute Football Podcast _, Blue Skies, Absolute Football, and Facebook, the Absolute Football Podcast. We are live at 8:30 on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Just want to let everybody know I am at a meeting on Monday, so there is no Absolutely Lower League this coming Monday. The week after will be a double game week, though. But as you can all see, we are absolutely non-league on the Monday with NL full time. We do collaborate with them, and we cover the National League. I've got mascots on my mind now. My brain isn't working. Honestly, we cover the National League North, National League South usually. But yes, again, we are not on this Monday, so do not kick off, everyone. But on Tuesday, absolutely Premier League with Sam and the amazing team. They talk everything Premier League, which is back. And it is the Manchester derby. So hoping for some positive outcome for Sam, bless him. It doesn't usually happen, so fingers crossed for you, Sam, if you're still watching. Freya and Team Chaos on a Wednesday with Absolutely Women's Football. They cover WSL and WSL2. And of course, we are Absolutely Lower League. You can find myself and the amazing team on a Thursday. We cover EFL Championship, League 1, League 2. You can join as a YouTube member as well, where you do get special perks, some meet the team content, some emojis as well, some really cool emojis. And just wanted to shout out the amazing Women in Football series. New episode will be out on Sunday. I know Sam will probably tease a guest on Saturday and then announce it on Sunday. If you haven't watched any of them so far, please do. There's been some amazing interviews with some really, really incredible women in football. It is in partnership with Her Game 2, and we have got lots and lots of exciting guests coming up on it as well. But yeah, hope you all have a lovely, lovely weekend. Hope your teams win as well. No, I'm not going to say anything, Aaron. I'm going to be nice to you now. I'm not going to get anything in there. But I hope you all have a lovely weekend. Your teams win. And thank you for supporting the show as always. And good luck, Rebecca. Bye-bye.